When you are dealing with darkness, there are two principal things you will find. Number one is that darkness is separated into ranks.
Wow. I was watching this video and it happened like magic. Oh, just watch it and see for yourself. This man of God is more than we think. Just watch it till the end.
When you are dealing with darkness, there are two principal things you will find. Number one is that darkness is separated into ranks. Not every demonic being or not every demonic operation is at the same energy level. There are darknesses that operate only at the frequency and the jurisdiction of individuals. They don't have the clearance to operate beyond individuals. The Bible speaking in Matthew 12:43 and 44, it says when an evil spirit is gone out of a man, it goes about in dry places looking for where it will inhabit. It said if he doesn't find any, he didn't say he goes and enters a territory. He doesn't have that jurisdiction. There are spirits that control territories, but there are spirits that their jurisdiction is only in men. So if they can't find men, they are stranded. All they will be left with is dry places of torment. So what they will do is that they will have to return to that man. Because of necessity, they must be in a location. And so as they return to that man, he said if that man is clean but not filled, he said that spirit will bring 7 other wicked demons. What do you mean by clean? He has encountered Jesus. He has received Christ. He is born again, but he has not been fortified with knowledge. You know what Jesus said? He said that spirit will come with 7 more wicked demons. And what he will do to that man will be worse than the state he was before he ever met Jesus. How can a man encounter Jesus? Demons are cast out of him. He receives life and you say his state becomes worse because darkness has the power to jeopardize your existence. And then there are darkness or demons, devils, princes that rule over territories. So what they do is that they come to exert dominion over a territory. They are not interested in men. You know why? They are not disembodied. They have bodies. These ones are not demons. They are fallen angels. So they don't need to possess a man to have a body to function. All they needed was the authority of man to have legitimacy over his jurisdiction, over his territory. These ones are not looking for bodies. They are looking for territories because they are princes. So their obsession is territorial, not men. Because if they take territories, they will not possess one man. They will create institutions and systems that will enslave men and generations. Those type of darkness are higher in authority than the ones that possess individuals. You study your Bible, Daniel chapter 10, verse 20 to 21. The Bible said Daniel began to pray, seeking deliverance for Israel, and suddenly answers released from heaven from verse 12, but the answer never met him for 21 days. And you know what? When Gabriel showed up, he said the prince of Persia withstood me for 21 days until Michael the archangel was sent to come and support me. So the prince of Persia is not looking for a man to possess. He's looking for Babylon to exercise government over. It's a territorial prince. So you may be born again, but if you enter Babylon, you'll be shocked that corruption will enter you. You will come under another influence. You may not be possessed by a demon, but you will not know why you can't fulfill purpose. If you study Isaiah 19 verse 3, you will hear of the spirit of Egypt. Why Babylon corrupts, Egypt enslaves. That's why you find many people doing what they don't like. They are Christians, but they are under the influence of a territorial spirit. Now, because of the influence of that spirit, they will not fulfill purpose, and they don't know why. So you see a prophetess who is a mighty seer is yet a prostitute. You see an apostle who should shake nations is a drunkard. And you are wondering what is going on. It's under the influence of darkness. A prince that rules territories. That's the challenge many Christians have. And so when we are talking restoration, we are talking with an understanding that we know the operations of darkness, and we are not just saying God should give us what was taken from us, but to give us authority to operate above their influence. Do you know there are many people in Abuja today who live fake lives? Very fake. Because the darkness operating in this land is to put pride in people so that they walk and create impressions, not make impact. And even churches are creating impressions in Abuja and not making impact because of darkness. So you can even be a church, yet you are under that influence. Instead of winning souls, instead of praying and making impact, it's all about packaging, acting as if all is well, whereas nothing is happening. But you just want to appear big before people. It's darkness at work. That person is enslaved. That church is enslaved. And that's the crisis of our generation. And then there are darknesses that control generations. You know, people from the age of 11 to 27, 28 are called Gen Z. Their God is their phone. They wake up with it and they sleep with it. That's why you see that the rate of pornographic addiction is on the high, because it came with that intelligence. It will be difficult when you find a Gen Z who love God. Thank God for that person. Most of them are living in deep secret sin, deep, from masturbation to perversion to immorality, because the devil has put their grave in their hands. So the grave is no longer dug, it's handled. The phone of many people is now their grave, because there are princes that are interested in a generation. And before Gen Z mature, there's already Gen Alpha who are already ahead of their phones. They are looking for what they can talk to. The phone is too slow for them. So a boy of 1 year 4 months can open an Android phone and search anything he's looking for. He doesn't even know how to talk yet, but he has a superior intelligence to the current operation. That is why the growth of AI is rapid, because they need computers they can talk to. They need animated and augmented reality to work in. So nowadays they create goggles that you wear that takes you into a virtual world so that you participate. It's not enough to look, you want to participate. That's the realm they are working in. You think those intelligences were not affected and interrupted by spirits? Because they are spirits that are interested in generations. That's the level of their authority. So why some affect individuals, others affect territories, others affect generations. So when we are talking restoration, we don't just need restoration for men, we need restoration for generations.